going from site to site, my eyes were open and I was like, wow, these were real people in real places that gave everything for Jesus. And it changed my life. It changed how I look at the world, to see that people suffered so much because of Jesus. When I was about 14 years old, my mom had this incessant desire to go to Europe and see the places where the Reformation happened. And my brother and I, we just did not want to go. We were interested in producing media. She finally said, how about you go and we'll make a video about our trip? And so we're like, okay, all right, let's do it. As we were on the field, seeing the very places where all our lives we had heard these stories, it clicked. And I'm like, wow, these people were incredible. What they stood for, what they died for, how much they were willing to suffer for the truth that I have. And I realized this is a story that I need to tell. This is something that has changed me, and I know it can change others as well. And so we came back and started pre-production and scripting for a documentary on the Protestant Reformation, God's story. And about 9 months later, we were wrapping up the pre-production phase, and we headed back over to Europe to tell this story the right way. And as we were there, God blessed us every step of the way. I've never seen God work so personally, so relatably as on that trip. Every day, He would open up a miracle that there was no denying. The only time when we had a heavy thunderstorm was when we were telling the story of Martin Luther when he was caught in the thunderstorm. And being in the places where these people would suffer and die for their faith was so inspiring to me. And there was one place that really touched me more than any others, and that was the story of Dirk Willems in the Netherlands. And if you want the full story, you'll have to go watch the film. It's free on YouTube. But basically, he was imprisoned for starting a group of believers in his house. And he escaped from prison. But as he was fleeing, he crossed a lake, and a guard was chasing after him. The guard broke through, and Dirk realized, if I keep going, I'll be free, but the guard will die. And so he decided to turn around and go pull the guard out of the icy water and get him safely to shore. By that time, the rest of the guards had come around and they captured Dirk again. And a few weeks later, he was burned at the stake. And being beside that little pond where he had made that decision to be faithful to what he knew was right was so amazing. To be at the spot where he chose right, even though it cost him his life. My experience creating Light Unshackled gave me a personal faith where I could realize what God has done for me through this message. And I know that this end-time truth, this end-time message that He has preserved through time is waiting to be shared. And I encourage you to pick up your cell phones. I believe there's no better time than right now to share this message through social media, through YouTube. There's so many avenues to share Him with others. I am a steward because I am part of God's story.